We now have more of an idea of what to expect in Prince Harry's highly anticipated memoir, which presumably has been written in crayon. In a snippet of an interview ahead of the release of the upcoming book, the Duke of Sussex is heard saying, "I would like to get my father back, I would like to have my brother back." The Prince also went on to say, "There's an absolutely no willingness to reconcile," although it is not clear what he is actually referring to. To shed more light on this, I am joined by the royal writer and commentator Michael Cole. Michael, are you sick of him as well?
Well, we must talk about it, but let's talk about it, Patrick, about what this is really all about. It's about money. The Sussexes have sold out completely to commerce. They're using the crown as their calling card, but essentially it's about money to support their very expensive lifestyle, which starts with private jets and very expensive security arrangements. Now, Prince Harry was paid, wait for it, $31 million for this book, which of course has been written by an American ghostwriter. The publishers, Penguin Random House, and there he is looking out to us. It's called Spare, but it could be called Stare, couldn't it? Because he's looking there like Henry VIII in that Holbein portrait, looking out and challenging the world. Penguin Random House need to get back that money. They need to be starting to make a profit. And these two interviews, one of them on ITV on Sunday night and one of them on CBS in America, well, they are the most fantastic free publicity because you couldn't buy that. It would cost you millions. But yet it is an advertorial for this book. You couldn't buy it. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I just ask, Michael, is this not a bit self-defeating? Because all it takes is for one person to buy one copy of Harry's book and tell us all in the media what's in it, and then we regurgitate that out to the world and nobody else has to buy it.
Well, but they're printing this thing worldwide in 16 different languages, but they're so desperate to get the money back. And even in Little Woodbridge, not very far from here, it was being offered on pre-orders at half price a month before Christmas. Because, you see, what they've done is they have no future except in the world they've chosen to live in. They are owned body and soul now by Netflix. Netflix have invested something like $120 million in them, and they're wanting more and more video productions from them. And commerce will squeeze them dry until they've got the last ounce of bile out of them with a tax on their family. And that is a family, remember, that gave him life, love, fame, and fortune. But all of that is forgotten. And it takes a stupid person to be in a hole and reach for a bigger shovel. But here he is saying, I want to be reconciled with my family. I miss my brother. I miss my father. Well, it's a strange way of going about signaling that you want reconciliation, to be slagging them off. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter at all if it was some famous actor complaining about his upbringing. But it matters only because they are royal. And it's their royal status that they're trading on.
I really do wonder how long it's going to be before Harry, if he hasn't already realised he's made a catastrophic mistake, because that Netflix documentary, by the way, went down like a cup of cold stick. Not just with the usual types like me, OK, who frankly hated it going into it and all of this stuff. The only reason I watched parts of it, Michael, and I don't like to go on about this, was I was in it. I was in it. But I don't like to bring it up. OK? But anyway, so I decided to watch it. Yeah, I had a little sound snippet. All she wanted was tea parties and tiaras. It's a classic. Anyway, you can write that down. But seriously, though, I mean, actually, I just find it that now people are going to be like, well, that was bad. That didn't go down well. The book presumably will be one long whinge fest. Might not go down particularly well. He has almost created just a PR disaster for himself. You hit the nail on the head there, Michael, potentially because he's an idiot.
Well, I think it's all very, very sad because I saw him when he was a little boy. I saw him on his first day at nursery school, Mrs. Miner's nursery school, with his mother going in and coming out at lunchtime with his finger puppet that he'd made for her. He was so loved by Princess Diana, as was his brother. And I can't get away from the fact that she would be, if she were alive, and I wish she were, she'd be devastated by this because essentially, Patrick, it's all unnecessary and it's all terribly trivial compared with the other stories you've been dealing with today and compared with what's happening only 2 time zones away in Ukraine. It is utterly trivial, and these people ought to grow up. If Harry ever wants us to respect him, he should respect his family.
It's such a shame because he had it all, actually, Harry, and it is worthwhile pointing out that he did serve twice in Afghanistan, and that really is actually, something to be incredibly proud of. And incredibly
Patrick, where did the Happy Prince go? Where has he gone?
Well, into Oprah's bosom, by the looks of things. But look, thank you very, very much, Michael Cole there.